I'm excited to be sitting here with the Tovens, Stefanie and Zay, two of my favorite people. And of course, one of the reasons why I wanted to do this, I think that Black love, obviously, you know, we hear it all the time. And I think Black love is super important to talk about. And it's one of the things that I think people don't know about you guys is, you know, your story. Like Zay, we know you as this, you know, superstar producer. Steph, like you are a star in your own right. I mean, you have a clothing brand, Femina.
Yes.
You are a stylist, fashion stylist, of course, fashion designer, hairstylist, makeup artist, and probably a few more things I'm missing. Super mom. Super mom. But all that to say, like, nobody really knows you guys' story, but they are familiar with your TikTok videos, and they're familiar with you guys being on Instagram. And I really just wanted to highlight your story, you know? And I think the one thing you guys give me that I probably never expressed is hope. You know what I mean? In terms of, you know what I mean? Like, it's just rare. I'll say that. It's very rare. But you guys make it also seem very possible. And I want to share that with others. So with that being said, I want to start off, what is each of you guys' definition of Black love? When you hear that term, what does Black love mean to you?
You want me to go first?
No, because your answer gonna be you gonna chew my answer out. I just feel like Black love in general is just balance. Like, it's about balance for me. Like, I feel like he balances me out as far as just what I lack. Like, he helps me out in that aspect. And it's like, you know, best friend. It's like my friend. So Black love to me is just about balance and really balance. That's my thing. Balance.
Yeah, and I can understand that because you're so high energy. You know, and
I'm
again,
so low,
and
I'm
you
so
so
laid
low key.
back.
Yes, and to even, you know, see that, you see that in the videos.
Right.
You singing your heart out, and Zay's just like,
I need balance.
Yeah.
I need balance.
yes,
I could be on 10 like all day.
right.
And this mellow fellow right here.
I think balance is definitely a major part of it. I feel like in any love, you know what I mean? If somebody that you choose to marry and spend your life with is definitely gonna have to be a balance out. And I think love, Black love is a choice. It's more so choosing to be responsible, you know, over a person or over a covenant agreement that y'all have made.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's so many times I feel like with relationships, Black love, it's so easy to say, I don't want to do that no more. I'm done with that.
Yes,
you know, I'm tired of that. I want to do something else. I want to try something else. But to me, Black love is not just that I love this person. I'm physically attracted to it. I'm attracted to her and I want to be with her. But the responsibility of, okay, when I don't feel when she's not as attractive, or when she's getting on my nerves, or when I'm kind of tired of her, you know, Black love, that's where the Black love kick in. Was like, no, I want to be with this woman for the rest of my life, even though, you know, it's not how I want it right now.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what Black
You
love
see
is.
what I mean?
No, that's
Like,
honestly, I
feel
feel like that's what it is.
I mean, it's
Because it
definitely all
always comes down to being a choice.
I was just about to say, that's what stood out to me, you know, because, you know, like you said, you're having to choose each other pretty much every single day, you know, and what made you guys choose each other in the first place? And I think that will probably take us to the beginning of
the root.
There you go. Yes. So what made you guys, like, you know, how did you meet, and, you know, what attracted you to each other, you know what I mean? And, like, talk about that story.
Well, how we met, I was in hair school and he was in hair school, but he was in barber school. So it was the same school, but he was on the barber side and I was on the cosmetology side. I had a boyfriend, he had a girlfriend. But it was almost like he was like the class clown at the hair school. So he was Very funny to me.
I know y'all can't believe I was like
he was the class
At all.
clown. When I tell you all the girls were crazy about this boy right here, I could not understand it. I was like,
what?
Zay, come on now. I could not.
Man, you couldn't
I used to be like,
understand.
why do y'all run after him? Like, because they try to keep us separate, the barber and the cosmetology side separate. So we had a vending machine on our side in the break room. When he would come through the door, man,
Girls
them
go
girls,
wild.
them girls
Make
was
the girls
like,
go wild.
them girls was like hyenas. Like, I'm like, bro, he's not even all
Make the
that.
girls go crazy.
I was like, you're not even all that. So anyway, he just used to always joke around and stuff like that. So I started paying attention to him, but I wasn't really like, I was like, okay, he's funny, he look cute, but you know, whatever. And that's how like that was his introduction.
Yeah, that's how we kind of
Like,
met. At the hair school, in the break room.
In the break room. And what was it about Steph that made you? I mean, again, you were this hot boy in the school, but what made her stand out to where you were like, I want to get to know her better?
It's always, of course, it's always gonna be a physical attraction. You know what I mean? It's a lot of girls there. A lot of them, not all of them pretty. You know what I mean? Some of them is like my type. She was one of the girls that was my type, but I wasn't looking at her like I want to get with her.
right.
And she wasn't looking at me like she want to get with me.
Never
If
on both ends.
yeah, it's like it wasn't
even,
that.
we
It
never
wasn't
was
that.
like,
It wasn't that. I think the reason what made me really want to get to know her better and be around her is just her company was just like when we go somewhere, we might go somewhere in a group. You know what I mean? It might be me, it might be two of her friends and maybe one of my friends, or it might just be me and a couple of her friends, whatever it is. It's just her demeanor, it made me want to like hang out with her, if you get what I'm saying. Yes. It's like everybody else is cool, but I kind of want to hang out with her. Not that I'm trying to get with her, not that I'm
Right.
trying to make her my girlfriend. I want to think I'm finna marry her, none of that.
I just had a
It
vibe.
just-
I had a
that's
good
what it is,
vibe.
just like a
I had
vibe.
a
You know what I
good
mean?
vibe.
You know how you got friends, it's like, this friend, I'd rather take this friend with me when I go, because I like how he hang.
Yes.
This one might be too loud, he too,
Right.
but this, you know what I mean? This the type of dude I want to hang around.
Chill.
And that's what it was, more so than anything.
Yeah. And it's interesting because you always hear guys that say that they like the pretty girl, but that also can kick it. You know what I mean? And so it sounds like that's what the initial attraction was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. And then when did you guys realize that, I kind of like him and I kind of like her? Like,
I'll tell you my story.
Let me hear it.
When I started liking Xavier, everybody at the school kind of went to the movies one night, and he was kind of new. Like, wasn't you new here?
Out in Atlanta, yeah.
Yeah, like he was new here, so he was asking everybody like for their numbers, like what y'all do on the weekend. He asked all different girls their numbers, and one weekend he called me out of all people, and I was like, "Hello."
When nobody answered the phone, that's the only reason I called.
And he was like,
Keep
hey,
going.
he was like, whatever. He was like, hey, what you doing? What's up? Yada, yada, yada. What you doing this weekend? Can you show me around? And I'm like, boy, I'll call you back. If I got time, I'll call you back. I did not call him back. I told you. I was not really like on him like
you
that.
was
I
scared
didn't
to
call
call
him
me
back.
back.
Whatever. I didn't call him back. Hours went by. He called me again. He like, what's up? You gonna hang this weekend? What we doing? What we doing? I was like, all right. And I think at the time, did we go like, what was the club called?
SOs.
It might have been SOs.
SOs. But it wasn't the SOs on Moreland. It was SOs like downtown or something.
yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, back in the day.
So I ended up agreeing to go with him. We went, and I had like the best time with him. I was like, dang, he all right. You know, he a little, he funny, he cool, he cute. And he was just so sweet. Like, when we was walking to the car, he was like, you want to hold my hand? And I was like, okay.
That's one of my lines.
That's how
That's
I
one of my
look.
lines. Don't worry about that.
Look, I was like, okay. So then I held his hand in the car, and then after that, I like started liking him a little bit.
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew
found
that little
I found myself waiting for him to come in the break room, waiting for him to come from, because he used to walk to Walgreens all the time. I'd be waiting out there for him to come, because like he was always joning on me, like saying stuff to me, just talking about my ex-boyfriend, and that's when I started liking him.
Yeah.
The reason why I was doing that is because I didn't know no other way to approach a girl. So my way of showing a girl I like or I'm kind of interested is joning and kind of, you know, joking around, see how she take it and this and that. Because I mean, even from high school, middle school, I don't never remember trying to approach a girl and say I like you, I want to be with you, or nothing like that. I always had a girl coming to me or telling me she liked me, and it almost kind of went like that.
Yeah.
And I'm that kind of girl. Like, if I'll ask you, hey, can I get your number? Like, I'm aggressive a little bit.
And let me ask you, well, with Zay, but you weren't aggressive at all. Okay. Do you think that may have any, like, because, you know, you hear a lot of times, especially kind of how I was raised too, it's like you wait for the man to approach you. Obviously, you're the opposite of that, right? So do you think, are there any rules when it comes to dating in terms of that? Like, you know, because they'll say a man doesn't want to feel like he's being approached. He would rather be the hunter.
The hunter.
You can miss out on your blessing like that. That's how I feel. If you see something you want,
And women are, to me, are tricky.
that's how
I feel like a woman will approach you and say that she want to be with you, but then y'all get to talking and a man still has to chase that woman. She still will give some type of resistance that make you feel like, dang, now I got to chase her.
Yeah.
She asked me for my number. Now I'm trying to call her, find out where she is.
Right.
You know, women will do that. So
Right. Well, let me ask you guys this. You know, obviously we are here in Atlanta, and Atlanta is, you know, known for, honestly, I think it's probably like, at least in the, you know, U.S., it seems as if there are more women than there are men. And in saying that, you know, what advice would you guys each give to single women that are looking, you know, to be in a relationship? And Zay, what advice would you give to, you know, men that are looking for
a woman.
a woman?
Man, almost can have whatever woman you want. It's so many to choose from now.
Yeah,
But it's
sure.
still, I still.
But
feel
it's
like
quality.
It's
It's
quality.
quality because it can be a lot, but
it's quality.
It's
It's one thing about finding a girl that you like or you think that's attractive, but is this somebody that you can spend the rest of your life with? You know, somebody that's gonna keep you satisfied, not just in the bedroom, but you know, mentally, and that's gonna, you know what I mean, be there for you when you're sick and all this other type. That's really gonna have your best interest. And that's the hard part of having so many women to choose from. Is picking the right one. You know what I mean?
So what would you tell a man, like, in like your homeboy, your brother, your son?
What I would tell them, that's a good question, because it's more so than anything, it's about feeling this person out and see if this person works for you. So it's almost like, you know, it's a trial and error type of thing. Like if a guy that got a woman, like if my son got a girlfriend, I wouldn't never tell him to rush into, you know, taking it too far or getting married or getting engaged or something like that. I always would say take years of dating this woman and see how it works and see, can y'all deal with each other when you don't like each other or when y'all, you know, upset with each other, things of that nature.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna make it last.
And that's what reveals so many things.
That reveals
you know, especially like you said, when you're angry, when you're
Man.
upset, like it tells so much about how somebody is gonna react. You know. And then Steph, what about you?
I
What
just
advice?
always say, like, build a friendship, like a strong friendship. Like that was my thing with Zay. Like, we didn't just off the rip just start dating. We were friends for, like, this was like my homeboy. Like, so I was learning him then. You know what I mean? Like, and that's my biggest thing. Like, build a friendship first, and then you could tell if you can deal with that person or what you gonna put up with that person. So, and if they're willing to, you know, see the things that you don't like and change them in the midst of, you know, working towards a relationship. That's
Right.
what I say. Build a friendship.
Yeah, very important. And then, you know, we're also in the age of where people say goals. Like, I want Sierra's prayer. I want, Grant Hill and Tamia. Like,
Right.
their goals to people. Like, do you guys have couples that you look up to? Obviously, Zay, your parents have been married for over 40 years. You know, does that have anything to do, or how would you classify goals? Is that even a thing for you?
That's not really a thing for me, but my parents, they were married for like 14 years. So, you know, and then with his parents, my in-laws being married this long, you know, I've always seen love.
Healthy relationships.
So, yeah, healthy relationships. So that's like, I mean, I would say like my parents and his parents would definitely be my goals because I know a lot about them and I know their relationship and know them. I don't really know celebrities story. I don't know what, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, they look good, but you know, just like with us, y'all don't know what we've been through. I mean, but you know,
Yeah.
teach his own.
For
I
sure.
always look at people like my parents, or I've been in church all my life, so I always look at pastors and their wives and stuff like that. They always been goals to me. I always watch how a pastor treats his wife and how he just put on a pedestal and uplift her, and that made me feel like that's how I want to be. You know what I mean? As a husband, that's the type of dude I want to be. That's the type of man I want to be. I watch my dad, you know, even with my mom. It's like, it's the funniest thing in the world because they fight like cats. They fight like cats and dogs. You can tell they love each other
petty.
so much.
Yeah,
it's
like
petty.
little,
It's like it's so
little
petty.
Petty fights. Like,
But just to watch how they got to put up with other things, you know, certain things from each other is just the funniest thing in the world. But to me, that's what black love is.
Right.
Like,
Yes.
that's black love.
Right.
They don't agree on everything. They gonna bump heads on a whole lot of stuff. But they love each other, and they gonna stick in it. It don't matter what it is. My mama gonna make sure she take my daddy to the doctor, even when he don't want to go.
Right.
And my daddy gonna make sure he do whatever it takes to make my mama happy, even when it don't make him happy. So, you know, to me, that's black love.
Yes, and sacrifice. It sounds
It's
like
that's
too.
what it is. A sacrifice.
Yeah. And then what are I guess what are some ways that you guys keep your relationship healthy and exciting? I mean, I feel like from the outside looking in, you know, you guys seem to have like a lot of together time, like the date nights and the, you know what I mean? Again, even TikTok, like even though it's, I guess you could kind of say trivial, but it's still a way to spend time together, bring your family together, have fun. You know, so what ways do you guys keep each other, you know, that attraction going?
I feel like we're so opposite. So I'm the one who's always trying to do adventurous stuff. So I bring that to the table as far as
She the one I always want to go out the country and do that type of stuff.
Because this is old man Jenkins right here.
He's
He's settled. He's very, this is what you get. Like, he's very settled. I feel like I take him out of his comfort zone with stuff like that. Like,
Well, I gotta be the backbone of the family, so I can't just be.
True.
I think what keeps us fresh. We opposite in a lot of ways, but then we so alike in a whole lot of other ways. Like we both, like the show Love and Hip Hop. That's like me and Steph. It's like we share the same, like we care about fashion the same.
Yes.
You know, we care about being seen a certain way. We care about certain things the same way. Right. We both, you know, spiritual in the same way.
Yes.
So a lot of those things, you know, we very much alike. So that's what keep us, you know what I mean, keep it fresh too.
So it sounds like it's enough to keep you, it's enough of your interest that keeps you like, okay, we like this, we like this, but then enough of the opposite to where it's
balance
like,
out.
the balance. It goes back to the balance,
Because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be going to Jamaica or Dominican Republic. I'm like, I don't want to go out there. I don't care about that. But
once you get there,
well, even that, I know that makes her happy, and it feels good. Like, okay, we did this together. You know what I mean? So, and those are things. If I didn't have a woman that had that type of, you know, spunk that want to do those type of things, we would be just probably boring and just watching movies. And, you know, and a relationship can get stale like that.
Right. And then just a couple more things. You know, Do you think there's such thing as preparation before you get into a relationship? Do you think there's certain things that a person should have in place before they start seeking out a significant other, whether it's a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, or wife? You know, do you guys have an opinion about that?
I don't think so, because just off of our relationship, like, he was living with his mom. I had my own place, but
What that supposed to mean?
I'm just saying, he was living with his folks. I didn't never judge you for that, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, okay.
I had the famous basement over there.
That didn't matter. I didn't care about that. I didn't care about that. But yeah, I didn't judge him. You know what I'm saying? Off of that, and we kind of like built together. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think being spontaneous, I mean, when it comes to black love, is what makes it so exciting. Like, preparation is almost, it's too.
it could be fake.
Yeah, it's like, it's so put together that it's like,
yeah.
you know, I wouldn't even want, I know me, I wouldn't even want somebody that's too put together before I met them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or they got all this stuff in line, or they didn't prepare for a husband like me, and now.
Yeah.
And
Now
then
it's like
you
we
set
robots.
when you do that, you set your standards. You know
A
what I'm
certain
saying?
way, yeah.
A certain, even though you know you have high standards,
Sure.
but you're not gonna get that perfect man or woman. You know what I mean? So I feel like you just, if it's worth it, and if you like that person, you go
Make it
through.
work.
You could, make it work. You could go through it with them.
Yeah.
You go through it with them.
Yeah. And then what are your thoughts on, like, I guess, non-negotiables? Is there something where you were like, if he smokes, I can't deal with him, or if she smokes, can't deal with it? Because Zay, you don't drink. Steph, you drink. Like,
Let me tell you, when I first met him, this guy right here, I was like, hold up now. What you not about to do is make me change who I am. You know, I will compromise with you, but you're not gonna make me feel bad about, you know what I'm saying? That's how he was in the beginning. And I think, like, after, just wanting to be with me or whatever, he's like, you know what? It's really not that bad, or I don't know. What was your thing with that?
Well, I feel like it's a still work in progress. It's still, I know, not saying about what you need to stop doing or nothing like that.
yeah.
It's like, okay, I like this person, I love this person, I know I'm a certain way, but everybody's not like me. You know what I mean? So I had to learn that, okay, just because I'm like this, I can't expect her to be exactly like how I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's a little bit more loose. She want to have more fun than me. No, I'm not saying like that, but I could be uptight in a certain way. Just because how I was raised and what I've been around.
That's
you got to think,
right.
I'm a church guy from the beginning.
Military too.
Military church guy that, so
Yeah.
I might, some things that I've been seeing or hearing in church, or certain standards, I'm like, no, you can't do that. You know what I mean? And my goal has always been, okay, well, if she do that, I'm gonna change her from doing that. You know what I mean? And even if she never stopped doing whatever it is that, that I maybe don't agree with, as much like the tattoos. I had got on her about tattoos. Like,
Look
man,
at
why
her,
you
I
keep
got
getting
on her.
No, but I know that. But I had to learn. She's a grown person. She, you know what I mean? She's her own person at the same time.
And she
I
has
had
to
to learn
express
that.
herself.
And
I
that's
had to
what I
learn
had
that.
to tell him. Like, I am who I am. Like, I'm a artsy person. I'm a hairstylist. I'm a creative
I had
person.
to
Like,
learn that.
this is who I am. You can't get mad every time I get a tattoo. Like, I feel like you my dad now.
But it's that wasn't the case. Don't look at it like that. I never wanted you to look at it like that.
But Zay, come on now. Let's be real. You was a little like
I was
over the
I was
top
kind of
with-
mad because I'm like, why are you doing that? Like, don't do that. I'm trying to tell you, don't do that. Almost like with my kids. To me, a man is the head of the household.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So I'm supposed to set an example. You know what I mean? My son I'm telling him I don't want him to do certain things and this and that, but when he get old enough, he gonna do what he want to do. You know what I mean? So I have to accept that and learn that and still love him you know, because that's my heart. You know what I mean? I love them to death. My daughter the same way. But it's still my responsibility to say, that ain't, you know, that don't make me happy, or I don't want to see you do that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But, you know, and I feel like that's just my stance on it, and I feel like that's how I'm supposed to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And just 2 more questions. One is, if you, we all like 90s R&B, would you say, right? So if you could define your love story in a 90s R&B song, like what title would it be? It doesn't have to be 90s, but is there like a R&B song if somebody said, describe your love story?
Mine would be Music Soul Child. What's it? Don't Change. It's called Don't Change.
I know which one it is.
And the reason I would say that, it just reminds me of old school love, like, you know what I mean. That's the love that's gonna last forever. It's like old fashioned. So yeah, that would be mine.
Okay. What about you, Steph?
Same.
Same?
You ain't-
Music Soul
I know it's more songs. I just can't think of
Yeah, I
none.
know it would take
It's
me a
too many
minute, and I
songs.
don't want to hold.
What
I
about a
don't wanna hold-
movie? Is there a movie that you guys have seen and you were like,
It
that
kind of
love
remind us. Like,
Martin? Not a movie
no,
sitcom.
but yeah,
Martin.
Martin is a
Martin.
good. Yeah, Martin is good.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I can totally see that.
I would say Martin.
And what is the hope for Stefanie and Zay's future? Like, where do you guys see yourselves? We were just talking before the camera started rolling that you guys have been married for 13 years, but together for almost double that, right?
Yeah, well,
or 20?
Almost 20 years. Yeah, about yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you guys really have grown together,
with each
grown
other.
up
Yeah,
together.
we've grown, yeah.
And that's kind of interesting too, real quick though, because I met you, Zay. Of course, we were talking about this too. Liv was just a little baby, and you guys had a townhome, and then you went from the townhome to a nicer home, nicer home. You know, that home to a even nicer home, and from that home now we're here, which, I mean, I'll say it's a mansion, you know, and I've seen the progression, and I think that's amazing. Like when you guys look at like that, from where you started from mama's basement, literally, and from your single, you know, apartment that you had to where you are now. Like, how do you guys, like, do you ever like, how do we get here? You know, or how do you think about that? Or what do you think about that?
I always put God in that, because I never looked at none of this stuff as being reality. I never looked at me having a house that costs $1 million or a car that costs, you know, so much money, and that never was my desire. I just feel like those are things that God blessed us with for being, you know, committed to each other and living a certain type of lifestyle. And, you know, and I think that's the motivation. It's always been the motivation. Right. Like, God has just been, like you say, we went from one to,
It's
it
always
never went,
been
it's
like,
been small steps.
Been like small steps.
Yes.
It didn't
Small
go from
steps.
you at your mama's basement, now you
in
in
a big,
$5 million mansion.
And we're still like climbing, like in the future. Like,
and that keeps us, I think that's what keeps us fresh and motivated. Keep our love going, because it's like we still growing.
Right.
We want to grow into like how my mom and dad is, where we just fighting over everything, every little petty stuff. It's like, you know.
Yeah.
Because honestly, to be honest, we don't really fight.
Yeah.
Like, I could count on like one hand how many big arguments we've had. And I just feel like it's all about like communication and willing to deal with, you know, put up with, like, it's nothing he can do that I can't deal with, I feel like.
And vice versa. It's the same way.
It's nothing, because this is who I want to be with, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And it kind of goes back again to choosing, right?
It's a choice.
You choose that person. And I think what's so important, because it's so easy to get out of things these days, you know what I mean? You can break leases. Obviously, you can, you know, get divorced.
Right.
You know, there's so many ways that you can just, you know, quickly undo things. And society makes it where it's just, it seems like it's just
cool.
easy,
It's
and
easy.
it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
And I mean, obviously, in some situations that is the best thing. But a lot of times I think, you've got marriages that probably could have lasted had the, parties involved. Again, if it wasn't too out of control in terms of, their problems. But it's so easy to quit.
It's easy to quit.
But I feel like if you want anything to work, like from both parties, it'll work. Like, I don't care if that person cheated. If you want it to work, it will work. It can work. Like, that's my motto. Like, if you want it to work, it will work.
Yeah.
We're just living in a society now where people feel like, I don't have to make that work. You know what I mean? Like you say, it's been made okay so much now that it's like, okay, I ain't got to deal with that. I want to leave. I don't want to be with you no more.
Yeah.
So I take my hat off to, even on when I watch stuff on, like, on TV. Like, I think even Rashida and Kirk, you know what I mean? For them to still be together, it's like, you got to tip your hat off to that, because it's like they saying, I made a vow that it don't matter. That's when you get married. It's through sickness, through health, it's through whatever the situation is. I'm still gonna stick through it and be with this person.
I ain't saying it's gonna be easy, but if you want it to work, it will work.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, very last thing, Zay, what is the thing that you love about Steph the most? And then, Steph, I want you to say or answer the same way about Zay. Like, what do you love the most about each other?
With Stefanie, it's not just no one thing. It's so many different things. You know what I mean? It's like, it's one thing to be that I love that she's attractive. She take pride in how she look. She take pride in, even switching up her look. Because a guy like me, we see a lot of different women and all that. So I want my girl to be able to switch it up and change up. I love that about her. I love that she's not lazy. She's driven, She don't want to just, it's not enough for me, Zay, you done made enough money so I can just kick back and no, it's not that. She got her own drive where these are things I want to do. These are goals I have. You know what I mean? I love that about her. I love how sweet she is. Like, you know how somebody just got a sweet spirit? Like, those are the things that, that really, really keeps me and attracts me over and over again. I mean, it's like I said, so many things. It's the way she handled, our family, the way she puts, I guess, try to halfway keep me youthful. Like, I love that about her. You know what I mean? She be like, no, we need to do this. Let's do this. And it takes a special person to say, no, Zay, this is what we gonna do. We gonna go to Jamaica. We gonna go to Dubai for your birthday. You know what I mean? And those are things that she makes me do that I wouldn't have never done if I didn't have, somebody like her. So, I mean, I can name 1,000 things. I think how sweet she is with how she treat my, my family, how thoughtful she is, how she, takes pride in, taking care of me. So, and making sure that I'm okay and all that. So, it's a lot of different things.
I agree. To know Steph is to love her.
Yeah,
Seriously.
you got to know her.
Aw, y'all so sweet. Now, of course, with Zay, I love the fact that he is God-fearing because, like, really, to be honest, like, he makes me want to be a better person. Like, we're opposite, but I'm steady trying to be like him. You know what I mean? Like, he's a good role model. He's a good father. He's a good son. He's very understanding. Like, sometimes I get low. When I get low, he just makes everything better. Like Zay just he builds my confidence up. You know what I mean? Like, even like with my businesses and stuff, like sometimes I get like, I don't know, Zay, like, and he's just like, he's my biggest cheerleader.
Yes.
He's my biggest cheerleader. And I feel like if I didn't have Him, I don't know, I'd probably be at around at Foxy
later. Be dancing at the Foxy later one.
He encourages me. He encourages me so much, and the way he is with our kids, like sometimes he make me look at myself like, dang girl, like you gonna have to step up. Like he's so driven. He's just like, he's a good person. I'm not just putting it on, like he really is, and I just strive to be more like him all the way around. He's very humble, and the way he treats his siblings and his mom and dad, like he's just like somebody who I look up to.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's crazy too how as you get older, I know at least when I was younger, some of the things that I looked, qualities I look for in a man are like they're not really even on the list anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's things that are like kindness, family oriented, you know what I mean? Things that are unseen versus my old ways were always seen type of things.
I know how, you want somebody with
Hood,
with a bandana on.
I mean, back in the day.
That's what my mom used to say.
Back in the day.
You want a gang, man.
That's what you wanted.
Tupac.
Right.
Basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
That's
but,
everybody back in the day,
Yeah. Well, you know what it was? It was the hood, but then intelligent. And for whatever reason, it's a very hard combination to come by.
It is.
But thank you. I mean, I think that was pretty much everything.
Good
Yeah.
interview.
I mean, I could actually literally ask
Keep going and keep going.
I really
for
could.
hours.